Welcome to this CA Fast Load for DB2 for ZOS video. In this video, we'll talk about how a fast switch load lets you refresh the data in a table without taking it offline. This feature is useful for DBAs who have large tables that need to be refreshed at regular intervals. As a DBA, you are responsible for several database subsystems that are probably running 24/7 with high transaction rates. You don't have the luxury of taking objects offline to update them. What do you do if you have large reference tables that need to be refreshed at regular intervals? For example, you might have tables that list product pricing or timetables. You want to update the entire table at one time, not a little at a time, while still allowing other users to access the data. CA Fast Load can help you achieve this goal. With the Fast Switch feature, a shadow copy of the table is created. The shadow table is named with the inactive instance node. In this example, the vSAM dataset for the original table is an I instance. Therefore, the shadow is a J instance. Next, the shadow table is loaded with the latest data. The shadow table is then switched with the original table by updating the DB2 catalog with the shadow name, in this case, the J instance. The original table is deleted when this unit of work is committed. The shadow table becomes the new original table. The following demonstration shows you how to perform a fast switch load. To use the fast switch feature, you simply need to create a load job that specifies data available high, output control build, and resume no replace. Data available high triggers the fast switch process and keeps the table in read-only mode during the load. Output control build loads the data into the shadow table directly from the input file instead of from a secondary dataset. This option decreases the elapsed time and the amount of CPU that's used. And resume no replace indicates that you're replacing all of the data in the original table. Let's put together a sample job. For our purposes, let's assume that a CA fast unload job has been used to create the input file for our table updates. The sysULD DD statement identifies the dataset that contains the input file. Input format unload specifies that we're loading data from a CA fast unload file. You could also use another input format, such as a sequential file or a comma delimited file. Data available high specifies to use fast switch processing. Output control build loads the data directly into the shadow copy of the table. INDDN sysULD identifies the input dataset. It specifies sysULD to point to the DD statement for the input file. Into table identifies the table to update. You cannot specify individual partitions because you can only perform a fast switch load on the entire table. And resume no replace indicates that we're replacing all of the data in the table. We now submit the job. The job executes, creating a shadow table and loading the new data into it. While this process is taking place, other users can view the original table, but they can't make any changes to it. When the data is loaded, the shadow table is switched with the original. The DB2 catalog and directory are updated with the instance node of the shadow table. The shadow table is now considered the original, and it's available in read-write mode. After executing the job, we can verify that it completed successfully by viewing the messages in the PTI message dataset. A successful execution ends with message PFL 173I. A failed execution ends with message PFL 172E. In this video, you saw how to refresh a table while still allowing other users to view the table. This type of load is very useful for DBAs who work in a 24/7 environment and can't take objects offline to update them. We performed the fast switch by using the data available high syntax option, which triggers the fast switch feature. We also specified output control build to load data directly into the table, and resume no replace to specify that we are replacing the entire contents of the table. For more information about CA Fast Load for DB2 for ZOS, click the information bubble in the top right corner to load the product page. From there, you can go to Product Documentation, visit the CA communities, or see the learning paths.